Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome to my channel. My name is Anique and today I have a big update for you. So I know I have been MIA once again. Like I said in my last video, we recently moved. The day after I posted my video promising to be consistent, I realized that I lost all of my family savings in the move. For the move, my husband gave me the money and he's like, put this in a good place. Put this in a good place. If we lose it, put this in a good place because I put it in a box and I will be doing a video about this with my husband, you know, giving you guys all the details, explaining what happened, how it happened, what we think happened. My husband had to start working. Yesterday was his first day because obviously we have no money. I'm a firm believer that, you know, what you say, like that your word has power. And in a video where we said that we weren't moving, my husband joking around said we have no money when we actually do have our savings. Well, now guess what? We really don't have anything. I lost all our... My husband started working yesterday. Today is his second day. I'll let him go into detail about his job, about how he's feeling and all of that in a video that I will do with him this week. So today's video update is an update on our future and our future plans. You know how I have been introducing ourselves and I have been putting our channel as the GE family. We are now gonna go back to the BAM family. We are changing our daughter's name. As you guys know from the gender reveal video, we picked to name her Kiara Stella. However, we are no longer naming her Kiara. We have a new name for her already picked out, already set in stone. We don't have a middle name yet. We want to leave the Stella, but it doesn't really go or flow very well. So we're, you know, thinking of maybe changing it. We're not there yet, but the Kiara is gone. I will be announcing the name of the baby, but I am gonna do it in a little special way, so stay tuned for the rest of the video. So the reason why we changed the name kind of has two stories to it. So how we came up with Kiara, I came up with the name, but I liked it with the CH. My husband did not like the CH at all. So he was like, okay, I like the name, just not the CH. I like it with a K. Do you like it with a K? I mean, I like Kiara, so I kind of want that name. So yeah, I'll just take the K. That way we can have the name. I was still like a little iffy about it. My husband was not too convinced, but that's the name we chose. We said it a little bit maybe too soon. We were like, okay, whatever. That's, you know, we're gonna name our daughter Kiara. That's it. Her name is Kiara Stella. And then a few days ago, I meet this lady who came over to talk about some like insurances and things like that. And she looks at me and she tells me, what's your son's name? And I'm like, oh, Milan. And she's like, he's super giving, and it's true. Every time Milan has food or something in his hand, before eating it, he'll offer you some. So he's a very giving person. She also told me he doesn't like being yelled at. Well, obviously no baby likes being yelled at, but for him, like, he takes it really personal. Like his eyes, his face, like you can see that he's sad. It's not like, uh-oh, like I got in trouble. No. It like affects him. So she told me that, and it is true. Mind you, she has never met my son before. Then she told me that he's very affectionate towards me, which is very, very true. I mean, he loves his dad, he loves being with his grandparents, but he has this thing for me, and it's not just mamitis, like people like to say it, oh, but you're the mom. No, it's something different. It's something I can't really describe. He loves being hugged, he loves being kissed. He's not like, He's not like another baby who says no or doesn't. Yeah, that's you. We're talking about you. We're talking about you. Yeah. So she told me that he's gonna be a very good big brother, very loving. And so she just described his personality in a way that no one has really described his personality before, but it's the exact thing of what my son is. I was like shook, you know, and mind you, I'm Christian, or I try to be Christian. I try to, you know, follow the Bible, follow what God teaches, Jesus' example. But I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. You know, I do things that I shouldn't do. So I try not to, you know, tell everybody, oh yeah, I'm Christian, because then they're gonna look at me and they're gonna see something that I do wrong. And then they're gonna be like, oh, Christians, you know, I don't want people to look at me and say like, oh, she's Christian, but she does this wrong and she talks this way and she says this about this person, because I am not the ideal example of what a Christian should be. So that is why I don't go out and say, oh, I'm this, I'm that, because I don't want to make something look bad just because of my mistake, if that makes any sense. The reason why I say this is because, like I said, I'm Christian. I shouldn't believe in these superstitions, or I shouldn't believe that, you know, someone's name has to do with how they are. But I was shook. I was shook by what she said. Everything was true, so I believe it. I believed it, you know. Not that I'm gonna go now and tell her to name my baby, because that's not the case, but I am gonna take into account what she said. So when I told her that I wanted to name my daughter Kiara, she looks at me and she's like, don't name her Kiara. She told me that Kiara was gonna make me have green hair, not even white, green hair, that I was gonna be pulling out my hair and all of this. So I was like, you know what, we're not fully convinced on the name, and she's not telling me good things about the name, so let's try to change the name. You know, I then give her several other options of names that I have. I ask her about Stella, and she tells me that Stella is a good name, that it's that the child is gonna be, you know, very family first, very spiritual, this and that. But I don't like Stella as a first name. So we then asked her about my name, about my husband's name, and we asked her all these things, and everything she said was so right. So I started asking her about letters. Thank you. Look at what Milan brought me. You see, he's a very giving person. Thank you. We decided that we wanted her name to start with a letter and end with a certain letter. So we started coming up with these ideas, but we couldn't agree on one. Until I saw a name, I told him the name. We looked up the meaning of the name, and it means joyful and happy. We like the name, which to me is the most important thing, that my husband and I are both in love. Hey! We're both in love with this name. So that's the name we've chosen. I'm super excited to tell you guys. The way I'm gonna do this is, at the end of every video, I will be revealing a letter of her name in an order. So today you will see the first letter, and like I said before, we are returning to the BAM family and not the GE family, and you guys will now see why that is possible.